Alright, what's up, fuckers? So, just wanna throw this video out there since I've already beaten Devil May Cry 5. And I must say, this game really lived up to the expectations. This is a great game. And I'd probably say this is the second best Devil May Cry game behind 3. Don't listen to idiots like Young Defiant. This is a great game. It's a bit on the too easy side compared to the previous games, not including the remake, because we don't talk about that one, but it doesn't make it a bad thing. Now, I've beaten this game a while ago and started to head to the Sons of Sparta difficulty. The animation and the combat is fucking crazy, and it tops everything I've seen so far in the genre. Not only are there 3 characters, all of them are vastly different in terms of gameplay, weapons, and a combat system. They made the game more accessible by going the more easier in some timings needed, and simplifying some inputs greatly. But on the other hand, they've ramped up the amount of enemies on screen and the behavior of each enemy. So the challenge is very much still there. There are so many options to juggle, traverse, and defend, and it's insane. Each character is very, very deep mechanically. They made Nero into such a powerhouse compared to Devil May Cry 4. Now, I wasn't really into him from Devil May Cry 4, but now I find myself enjoying playing as him a lot more, and even as much as Dante. And speaking of Dante, he's the best thing he's ever been. His arsenal is one of the most varied I've ever seen, and the most stylish. The Cavalier and Cerberus devil arms alone are insane. His guns are a bit weak, but the rest makes up for it. Now, as for V, he does get some time getting used to, but he's enjoyable also once you get the hang of him, even though he may be a little too overpowered at times. But I do appreciate that they were trying to do something different. The story is absolutely fan service and will please some longtime fans of the series. And I must say, it was everything I've always enjoyed about Devil May Cry. Now, I won't say any more about the spoilers if you're a fan, because it's a must have. The Void Mode was something that was needed since a long time, and I feel like it was needed to make the combos better. The only thing missing from it was maybe the possibility of sparring versus the bosses for training. Now, as for the things I didn't care for, Nico. Just a very pointless character. And also, the environments kind of looked bland, because I prefer the gothic atmosphere of past titles. Whether it was gloomy Mallet Castle, the creepy Temenigru, or the gothic Fortuna City. And the demon structures for the second, which makes sense story-wise, but is a bit of a letdown. There were a few combat themes for the characters that I didn't really care for, but aside from that, the soundtrack was pretty kick-ass. So as for my final verdict of Devil May Cry 5, this is a great game, and a must-own for any fans of the Devil May Cry series. So, that's it for this video. Later.